is your host, Holly, and it's time for a little teaser talk. What's up, everyone? Happy Teaser Talk Tuesday. Coming from you live in the wild here at Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah, here we are in Tulsa. It's built up a lot since the last time we played here.
I'm super excited. I'm here with CJ Pierce of Drowning Pool. Official, Yeah, although we still have to look into make sure that he actually is legitimately, because how do we know you're the...
I don't know if it's me or not. You know, me had a tail in the back a while ago, so I couldn't detail this version.
Did you ever hear about the Avril Lavigne theory, like how she died and then like now like a...
No, I haven't heard this.
A body double like taking over, so maybe that happened to you. Maybe you are like the
double.
body.
I hope it's a cooler version.
Very
then again,
cool.
I heard that drunk meat's pretty cool too. So.
Sus. Well, we have so many questions lined out, so the only the official CJ Pierce would be able to answer it.
He has those answers.
Beautiful, awesome.
Not the imposter CJ, which there is one, I guess. Or several. Any bald head dude with a beard can probably just be an imposter to me, I guess. I just fell into the look. I did have the heavy metal haircut for a long time, but this.
And that's a topic I want to talk about is your hair.
Yeah.
That is on the list of things we want to discuss because, well, actually, let's just hop into it.
Yeah.
You had a very iconic ponytail.
I did. I had the tail for a very long time, and I did that as a joke. It was gonna just happen for like a week or two. My hair, was like I was like 26, whatever. Right now, I had the super long heavy metal haircut.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't like hanging out as much up here anymore. So I'm like, fine, for fun, I'll just put the tail in the back. I thought that was always a cool look. And then we played a local show, and everybody's like, oh man, that's so cool. So I kept it for another week. And then next thing you know, we get signed by the label. And then I had planned on cutting off the tail. It's just like, no, that's the look. And it was fun, especially out here in Tulsa with all the flies. It was so good to get that off my back. But now that the tail's gone, I cut it off in 2017. I did a couple shiprock.
Yeah.
So out there on the sea, the Gulf of Mexico, I'm on the boat, and the hair was just starting to get, smaller and added up, and people always pull on it. It gets caught in their watches and stuff. So it was just 20 years of my hair getting pulled and just getting where it's at. So it was time to cut it.
Yeah.
But now that it's gone, it's like when you lose a limb. Sometimes when I'm playing, I feel like
phantom hair.
It's like a phantom ghost tail.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is that? Is it a fly or is it the tail?
And it's so is it gonna come back?
I kept it.
Or is it just there in spirit?
It's there in spirit, but I think when you get older, it'd be like pin the tail on grandpa. It'd be fun for the kids, right?
Wait, so you actually have the hair? Is that what you're saying?
I kept it, yeah, for fun.
Interesting. This is an interesting heirloom. You'll be able to put it in your will. Like who's gonna get Grandpappy's hair?
Just a piece of hair. This is kind of sick, but fun in the same way. Okay. I don't know. I always thought of maybe getting plasticized. You ever saw that?
Oh, okay. Like if you went inside, I don't know if you noticed there was like a bunch of like stuffed deer and like a marlin and stuff like that. Yeah. Maybe you can get it mounted over the fireplace.
Like something like that. Wow. Maybe I'll bust it out.
Yeah.
There's a lot with that tail, I guess. It's a good luck tail though.
That's awesome. So like I said, we're here in Tulsa. So obviously, clearly, you guys are on tour. How has the tour been so far?
The tour's been amazing. This whole year, especially with Ryan being back in the band, it's just been blowing up. It's awesome having, and I'm getting to the whole thing with Ryan, but the tour itself, all the bands that we're playing with were just been amazing. And the shows, it's just they keep building and building and building. So it's fun to play again with my brothers Mike and Stevie, and I have been friends since high school.
Yeah.
And we had Ryan. We've known Ryan for over 20 years. So you see that at the show. You see that we're real bands just up there having fun with it. It's serious but not too serious. You know what I mean? We don't always follow the tracks and clicks, because I'm fine with bands that do that. Sometimes we just play, freeform play, man. And I love that about us, man. We could just jam. And set list is kind of a guideline.
Yeah.
We're gonna play this, but we're like the Grateful Dead. It's like, hey, how about we play this one tonight, or somebody else had a song. I'm glad that we're in a position where we can do that. So the shows have been awesome. We're out with Achilles Confession and Moon Fever right now. And Moon Fever is a great.
Yeah, I actually had them on the podcast last month or so ago.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
because
awesome. I did media coverage at Welcome to Rockville. And they were a band I actually missed by a day, so I got together with their guy, and then we got it planned. So they're
I didn't know you were out there. We're out there as well.
Cool,
that was an awesome show.
Yeah, it was. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to think. You guys aren't going to Rocklahoma this year, are you?
Unfortunately, we haven't been on Rocklahoma for a while. I would love to get on it.
I
don't know who we got to call or who's got a number, but Drowning Pool, just right here, official. We love to play Rocklahoma again. The last time I played it was with I have a band with my brother. It's been a minute since we got to do stuff together, but it's called As Above, So Below, and we did Rocklahoma a few years back. Man, it's probably like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite. I mean, maybe I'm biased because I'm an Oklahoman, but I don't know. There's something about that culture, that crowd. Because I love Welcome to Rockville. Don't get me wrong. I love all the those big festivals. But there's something about that culture. It's literally, in a good way, a cult, a following of like people who go there every year.
It's great here too because it's so close to home. I do have family here in Tulsa and in Oklahoma
Nice.
City as
Oh,
well,
very cool.
and Dallas. So it's again, it's been a
Familiar.
while since we played it, but it's awesome because it's like a convergence of like friends and family, in the area.
So, talking about, like, I love hearing that you guys, like, still have fun on stage, and it's kind of like, hey, whatever we feel like playing, we're going to play. And I'm super excited to see that tonight, to see kind of like that Russian roulette of what song are you guys going to play and what's going to go. But I'm curious because you guys this is next year. It marks the 25th anniversary.
Yeah, we're coming up on 25th anniversary of Cine Records. So I put a lot of stuff together. I started putting things together for the 20th anniversary, which happened during COVID. So we didn't want to not do anything. So we wound up not doing anything with it. So, I have a lot of material and things I found with Dave Williams. I have a lot of video. Back then, high 8 camera, kind of stuff, because we had the phones. I was so much more about taping things back then than I am now. Now I'm just more living in the moment. So I have all this put together. There's a lot of songs that we had. I found all the like rehearsed from cassette tapes and stuff.
Yep.
And I would just love that for Dave Williams and for the Dreadful fans to get that out to the world. The things, all the material that we had with him, because that was a great, amazing time. And we did write a lot of stuff in the beginning. And there's a few songs that we didn't finish that I would love to finish those with Ryan singing on it. Just to see, like, the very last song we wrote with Dave was a song called Hero Sleeping, but it was a demo version of it. So I'd love to do stuff like that. Shit, I'm giving away too much.
No, that's fine. I love this. This is teaser talk. We love giving out teasers.
It's a teaser, but there's a lot of things we are.
And I'll just go back and do beep, beep, beep.
No, it's good. You'll see. But I'm looking forward to that. We're building up to that. We're just talking about touring right now. We're getting tours together for Europe next year. We finally have things going for us. I would like to say this and make mention of this with our band. It's just us four against the world. We had management label for years and years and years, and it just seems like, with all that out the way, being an independent band, we have better communication than ever before, and more stuff is happening this year because, we have to make the calls. I don't have anybody else I can call and be mad at except for me if I didn't make the call, right? To make stuff happen. So, if you want to be successful, get together with your band and y'all focus, everybody take it on a roll to make that happen, because once you start getting people in play, they have ulterior motives and they're just really, at the end of the day, just kind of using you. At least that's been our situation. So
and that's tough too, because like I've interviewed lots of bands where they were like, having a label or having somebody manage you or whatever, like they always try to make the calls for you. Like they look at analytics, right, versus like their actual crowd. So there was one artist I actually had on podcast at Welcome to Rockville, and he was like, our last song on the album, like everyone was like, this is gonna flop, whatever. Like they were trying to like talk them into leaving it out. At the end of the day, it ended up being like their number one hit. And
nobody knows you but you. And again, I'm not trying to say I'm a management label, because there are people that play. If you're with someone, make sure that they're there, part like a member of your band, not somebody that's got ulterior motives and they're just using you just to, to make that money off you. It's sad that happens. It's just, I guess it happens more than we like to admit. But labels are in place, especially with bands coming up. You need that, and we've had labels do great things for us in the past. But this last go around, the last 6 years of our career has just been just a downward spiral. And it wasn't until we finally cut that off that all of a sudden, here we are, having fun again, and like making it happen for ourselves.
It's very cool because you guys have been very busy this year. Because like you said, Welcome to Rockville. There's another band I interviewed. I interviewed Moon Fever, but there's another band too that was playing with you guys before Welcome to Rockville. I can't remember who. But I was thinking, like, damn, Dreampool, like, they're busy guys.
Any Given Sim, maybe, too. Those guys are great. There's another band that's coming up that I'd like to make mention, because people always ask, what's the new bands that are coming up? Those guys are killing it. The singer's amazing. Like, they have their own style and vibe, but he has a little bit of a Chris Cornell thing without sounding like Chris Cornell, if that makes any sense. Great songs, great musicians. All the bands that we've been playing with this year have been freaking awesome.
So I'm curious, because obviously, clearly, it's not your first rodeo. You've been in the industry for quite some time, to say, right? You're experienced. I'm curious because you've obviously seen an evolution of music, from the CDs to, or cassettes maybe, CDs to, digital, and then, now streaming. What advice would you have for somebody who's starting out to now, and of course they're going to see an evolution? Who knows what's going to happen from 10 years from now? What advice would you say to artists who are just now starting out and adaptability of that?
It's tough on that, because I grew up with tangible things. I mean, it was actually, I don't want to date myself, but I would say my father had 8-track cassettes. The first time I remember hearing music was actually sticking an 8-track cassette in there, and it was Dancing Queen, and I had turned the stereo volume up. So my very first song I ever remember hearing is ABBA, Dancing Queen.
That's that's awesome.
I like Eurovision all over again, but with me dancing in front of TV and then getting into metal. But yeah, we had the cassette tapes and it was awesome, and the CDs were great. And I do have a record player and I do collect albums. I have a 1,000 mod PA in my living room. Of course I do. It's
Yeah.
I guess that's why my neighbors keep moving.
Probably.
It's a rental home next door, and every 6
You
months.
probably
But I can't
drove
help
down
it,
the
man.
value of homes in that neighborhood just
I
from
probably did just because I just have this like Sunday.
being a menace.
I listen to the whole album. Like we have it's just something I love doing. I don't know why it's on Sundays, but I listen to a whole thing like Tool and everything. It's like you just listen to it front to back. It makes sense. It's like watching a movie instead of just skipping songs. But anyway, I digress. Sorry. It's nice to have something tangible. We have albums. We sold them all already. We made a handful of them signed by the band.
Yeah.
And it's just not a nostalgic thing to have. Also, CDs is something to hold. Not like you're going to go put in the CD player now, but you have that signed by the band. So it's still important to have some of those with you, I think, because it's kind of a rarity now. But I am myself, like today, I'm supposed to make the phone calls and I didn't. Learning about the whole digital, because we have a new song coming out. We've been talking about it, but I just got the final mix from Sean McGee yesterday. And
also shout out to Sean for
Sean
making this
McGee.
happen.
I got my cans on. I'm walking around the neighborhood just listening to the final mix before I came here, just jamming through. I don't know what I look like walking through the neighborhood like a crazy person.
There's a lot of crazy people up here, so I'm pretty sure you blend right in.
A new song out. I'm excited, and we're going to go straight to digital. It's the first time we're doing this.
Okay,
ever.
very cool.
We're right here in this moment.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You tell me. What should I do? I don't know. What's the advice should I give to
then it's
y'all?
like, wait, what?
I don't know what to do here.
I don't know what to do.
We'll call Sean, and he'll put it out there for us. But
yeah, that's and also too, like you're talking about like the whole physical COVID when that hit. Remember vinyls make this huch comeback.
Yeah, they did. We made a vinyl of the center record and of the last one.
Yeah.
And they, like I said, they sold it really well, and it was cool to have a vinyl.
Yeah.
And I need to make some more of those.
There's just something a sound to a vinyl. Slightly
have
knowing
a
when you have to
different
flip
sound,
it, but
too.
that's fine.
Yeah, you
it's
still
worth
gotta
it.
flip
It's
it.
worth it. But
If we had some kind of automatic robot machine thing to flip it, maybe they have the automatic flippies. I don't know.
oh yeah, I just have the. I at least have the one where you can push the button and it does it automatically.
Oh, cool.
But I don't have the one where
Oh, like yeah.
But I'm not the Jetson, okay? I'm
The
like,
Jetsons, right?
I'm a commoner here in
just gonna put
Oklahoma,
them on,
okay?
some strings and staples.
Okay, well, CJ, you may or may not know this. You probably don't know this actually, but just assume that you do. On Teaser Talk, we like to play a game
Okay.
occasionally. And actually, I just played this game with my last week's guest, and his name is Lo-Fi Horror Guy. And I figured, I'm like, you know what, this would be a good opportunity for you to challenge his title.
Okay.
So, it's a very simple game.
Yeah.
Very simple game. I'm going to bust out my handy
look at
dandy
this.
iPad here.
This is
And it's
fabulous.
literally just horror movie fact or fiction.
Oh man.
You will read a statement. I'll read it out loud for those who are listening to the audio experience. And you just literally just say, hey, that's true or that's false. That's fact,
Man,
that's fiction.
My lady would be so much better at this than me. She is a horror fan.
This is
And
awesome.
we used to watch a lot of horror together.
Well,
but-
maybe we can have her bring her in and challenge your title
we
to
should
that.
We should have her on here. She would be great with this.
Okay, so the first one up is The Exorcist was the first horror film to be nominated for a Best Picture Oscar.
I'm not sure now, but it should be. It was pretty insane.
Okay, so that is fact.
It's a fact. All right.
Yep, actually, because
That scared the hell out of me, especially in my younger days. I
did.
went to Catholic school, so any kind of like religious stuff at that time was
Yeah.
just like, whoa, freaking me out. That's
100%.
awesome. Good for the
Yeah,
Exorcist.
yeah, which is crazy because Oscars obviously they're not very keen to the whole blood,
Yeah.
guts, and
There was a
you
big
know.
movement though, like 80s. Man, that was a great time. for
and
all that.
Linda Blair, she was 15 years old when that happened too. So there's lots of applaud there. Okay,
Right.
the next one is Psycho was the third American film to feature a toilet.
The toilet? Psycho? Did that feature a toilet? I'm not too sure about that.
Fact or fiction?
Fiction.
That is correct. Actually, it was the very first movie in America to feature a toilet because in the 50s, I guess people were super prude.
Oh,
and
right.
that was also the first time too. I think you had heard like a toilet flush in the background of the
Really?
movie.
Yeah. Before the
They
50s,
were very risque
people
there.
didn't use the bathroom before the 50s.
Correct.
So
It was
they just
nothing
held
that
it in.
ever happened. Correct.
Well, that's awesome. I'm doing pretty good here. All right.
You are. You're winning so far. So the next one is Stephen King wasn't a fan of The Shining.
I'm not sure if he was or not. I know it's different than the book with the way it came out. So I would say since it is off the beating, so this I did read the book and see the movie.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say maybe he wasn't because the movie's different.
Ding, ding, ding. You are the winner so far. So that is fact. He had high hopes. And I actually, this was supposed to be a drinking game, so I was gonna do like
Oh,
I
right.
take a drink if you lost,
you get
and
the
then
drinks. I'm
so I
just-
takes 3 sips. Let me get all these like things stepping away from here, but yeah,
It's a great movie, though. I love
it was.
the movie.
No, I did too, but I guess he had high hopes, and
Yeah, I'm sure
they
he had
were
a
crushed.
different vision because
Mm-hmm.
there's a few books like you read it, and some, you know, to translate that to movie also with the time, and plus you have the director's, you know, his
Yep.
idea of how it
Yeah.
should go as well.
Yeah,
his
yeah,
interpretation
yeah.
of the book, if you will. But
It's kind of like
classic
somebody
book.
playing one of your songs, right? You probably
Yeah.
have an idea of how it should be
You
played.
can play it, and it just sounds.
And it's just not
It's
it.
just different because like
Yeah.
it has their own feeling touch
Yep.
to it, especially with movies. So
100%.
props.
Okay, the next one is Jaws doesn't fully appear in a shot until an hour and 20 minutes into the movie.
That is correct.
My gosh, you are like, I don't even know what we were on, like 5 for 5.
Well, Jaws, man. Oh, you know what? That's because I watched all these movies a million times because I'm 151. Look at that.
Yeah.
That was so cool about the movie too, because you never really saw it. So I think if
It was
if-
kind of like that
it
thrill
was-
of.
yeah, it's like it's
the
almost
unknown.
like really seeing the full thing. That really, because dude, I mean, Jaws is a classic. We watched that on the bus a lot. It's one of those movies when it comes on, I can't stop. I just have to watch the whole thing. But yeah, it made it more interesting because you only got a piece of it.
Yeah.
And then you finally, so it probably did them justice that it didn't work that
I think
well.
it worked out well
But had
for
too much
them.
in it, it would have been like. After a while, you'd be like, wait, is
Yeah,
that
you're
fake?
like, okay, yeah, at this
Yeah.
point, we're like, all right, it doesn't scare us anymore. It's clearly fake. Okay, so the next one is it took 7 years to get Aliens made. So that was the sequel, obviously, to Alien.
Oh, from the time they started to film it?
Yeah.
There was a lot going on in that movie. I don't doubt it probably took them that long to make it.
My gosh, I'm not gonna be able to make it to the show after at least that.
Right? Well, I'll sit with you. This
But
is
you know
just
what?
water,
It
though.
is National Tequila Day. Not that you're drinking tequila, but that's what I'm sipping
Oh, it
on.
is?
So
Well, guess what? That one.
fact. So yep, that is
Yeah, man,
true.
another movie that scared the hell out of me when I was younger. All right.
The Halloween script originally called for an all-black ski mask.
I wasn't sure about that, but I know the mask itself
Mm-hmm.
is.
Not all black ski masks.
It was supposed to be William Shatner,
Uh-huh.
mask, and they used that, right?
So is that fact or fiction? What's your final answer?
Black sea mask. I think maybe it's fact.
Oh, this is actually fiction.
Fiction. Oh, no.
Okay, so
I
it
mean-
actually didn't call for a script, a mask at all. It just said something that was like
But look
all
at
white,
that.
clammy, and scary looking.
Well, I had to lose one.
So you got one
I was
there.
sitting thirsty.
There you are. Now
I
you're
can't believe
sabotaging
now
yourself.
that I know it, that it's like William
Yeah, it's
Shatner's
like-
smarter than everybody.
100%. Okay, so you're still doing pretty good there.
pretty
You only
good.
have one, but that's false. Okay, so the original ending of Fright Night had a zombie in it.
Fright Night?
So the original. So when I say this, it's the original idea that
The
was
idea.
never came through
That came through.
fruition. Yeah.
Fright Night, because I know, I don't know how the zombie would come into it to play. Man, I might start going
So
downhill.
you're gonna say
I'm
no?
going to say no.
You are correct. It actually, the original one had him turn into like a bat and fly away,
Like a bat, yeah.
but it wasn't a zombie. So
Zombie
still
bat?
Zombie bat. No,
No.
not a rabid bat.
A rabbit bat? What do they call it anyway?
Next one is serial killer Ed Gein inspired 3 major horror movies.
Probably so.
That is correct. If you ever looked into the story of Ed Gein, he is
I know a little bit about it from my wife, but not.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
of
yeah.
it.
Well, I was gonna say if she's into all these,
She, man,
yeah.
y'all would hit it off. She'd tell you all about it.
So really, shout out to your wife because she's probably the reason why you're doing so well.
She is exactly the reason why I'm doing well.
Yeah,
with
it's crazy
anything
'cause,
in life.
So Ed Gein, he grew up in his household. It was like him, his brother, his mom, and his dad. His dad, I think, from what I remember watching a documentary, he was physical abusive.
Yeah.
And then after his dad had passed, I think there's alcoholism involved. So she was like, alcohol's the devil, women are the devil, like just stay whatever. So shit drilled in his head. I'm pretty sure there's also some mental issues,
definitely.
clearly, because after she had passed, he started digging up people. I think he admitted to 2 or 3 murders, but he killed 2 or 3 people. But most of them he got from the grave. But he would go in and take their bodies and start making like a face mask out of skin and
wow. Yeah,
like
that's-
dishes and crazy stuff. Pretty gnarly.
That's like, I
Yeah,
wouldn't
so, like,
even think how it would be like that.
It,
Jesus.
correct. So that sounds like probably some mental, because I don't know, that's probably nothing normal. So yeah, poor guy, but oof. Anyways, moving on to the next one.
Oh yeah.
The 3 main characters for the Blair Witch Project were paid $1,500 a day.
That sounds like a lot, but
$1,500. That's like, it ended up grossing, I believe, from what I read, $250 million.
I'm sure it did. I know at the time
Yeah.
that they filmed it.
But at the
though,
time, I mean, the 90s,
that's
like
probably what they got
$1,500.
paid. Yeah,
Cha-ching.
I don't doubt that.
So fact
I'm
or
gonna say
fiction?
fact.
It's actually fiction.
Oh.
They were only paid $1,000 a day.
Oh, I thought the $500 was catering budget.
Yeah, no, no alcohol budget or catering allowed.
Man, you did this just bone dry. All right, I was wrong.
Still doing it. So what we got? Just 2 wrong. You're still winning. Mike Flanagan was in contention to direct Gremlins.
Oh, see, that one I would know, but Gremlins is so great. I don't realize how gruesome that movie is. So I watch it every Christmas now. Just
yeah,
it's
pretty.
like a Christmas movie. It's
Yeah,
on the list.
yeah.
I wouldn't know this one. I would say maybe. Is there
fact or fiction?
Ah.
So there was somebody in contention to direct it that ended up not being the director. But would it be Mike Flanagan?
Mike Flanagan? I mean, it would make sense. I'd say fact.
Okay, well that one's actually fiction.
All right.
You know,
Man, look at his face.
Yeah, look back.
He's so cute.
It looks like my dog. So
Oh,
actually,
pups.
crazy enough, Tim Burton was.
Tim Burton? Oh,
yeah.
man.
Wouldn't that be wild?
Wow, you know, why don't he still do that? Hey,
Yeah.
hey Tim.
Hey, let me call him up real quick.
Call him
Hold
real
on.
quick, Tim. You should do. Oh my God, I can see Tim Burton doing a version of that. He should update that.
Right?
Just put that in the universe. I want to see that now.
I throw that out there for sure.
We should make a whole episode of shows and things that we think Tim Burton should redo because he's done a great job.
No,
I mean,
he's
his
fantastic.
stuff, the music, I mean, and just the
Everything.
cinematography, everything is
Yeah.
freaking amazing.
100%. So the next one is Paranormal Activity is one of the most profitable films of all time.
Paranormal Activity? I don't think so. I think that's false.
Yeah, you were doing so good. So
I'm
what
going
is this,
downhill,
number
really?
3 or 4?
Paranormal Activity?
So that one's actually fact. It was one of the most profitable
Man,
films.
I watched that and I was like, I could film this at my house. No, not the
Correct.
dog
That's
on the
literally
movie.
just nanny cams hanging around the
It's
house.
nanny cams. But it was cool. It freaked me out the first time because
Super
I
weird,
had
yeah.
the nanny cam in it. Sometimes you're like, what is that? But it's just, it's a great job in the movie. But it was like one and done for me. It was like,
Yeah, it wasn't
it's not
like
a classic
just
Disney
it's not Jaws.
It's not Jaws.
It's not Jaws or Gremlins.
Now I want to
for
watch
sure.
Jaws.
Okay, so next one is The Blob is based on supposedly, allegedly, a true story.
Allegedly, The Blob. I remember watching Blob when I was a kid too. I think the best part, what is that with John Norman, that kid's movie where they have the jelly blob in it. He does a great job on that one. I would say no. I think I'm going downhill.
It is. You are going down
trying to
here.
finish my
Wow. So, actually, fact. So, all the details. Essentially, it was like I think the FBI was even involved. It was like an alien sighting, like a UFO crash or whatever, and they said that a blob-like figure. And they needed to have a character in the movie, and that therefore it was supposedly
That's
based
just
on it.
trying to divert the attention of the real
So-
blobby aliens.
Correct. So the next one we have, and this is going to be our last one. So
Okay.
let's finish strong, okay? Child's Play was inspired by a real event.
True.
Ah, there you go. Perfect. Beautiful. I was going to
Come out
say,
strong.
man, we're going to have to delete this game out of the episode if it's too embarrassing for you. Fact. So actually, the doll is called, my gosh, it's slipping my mind. Slipping my name, but Robert the Doll. Robert the Doll.
Yeah.
In Key West, Florida. So there's this little doll that would talk to the child and they play or whatever, and but
A couple
also
of haunted dolls, and that to me, I totally 100% believe in that stuff. Once
well,
you see it, then you
I've
know
actually
it's real.
seen the doll with my eyes. So they have it in a museum in Key West. It's like this
Yeah.
weird, Key West is like haunted AF. There's a bunch of crazy shit there. But the doll is in like a glass case.
Yeah.
And you are told or instructed not to take pictures of the doll, because if you take pictures of the doll, it will haunt you.
It'll mess your life up. Yeah.
And then they have this projection of all these letters of people who have visited that took a picture of it, and they have to apologize. That's the only way they can free yourself from the curse.
Right. Don't go messing with stuff.
So
I never used to believe in things like that, but then once you have an experience and it's real.
So you've said you
I've
experienced
had some
it?
experience, but I'm not.
Do you mind sharing
I'm
a
not-
little?
No, I'm not down
All
to
right.
share it. Yeah, it's,
All right.
it's pretty intense. But and I
well.
sound like a crazy person if I say it. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say, hey, other dimension creatures and stuff like you call it, things like that.
Yeah.
I've seen stuff like that. I mean, yes,
That's
I've been
crazy.
on tour.
Yeah.
Lord knows I've had a lot of drinks and done a lot of things in my life, but this isn't a time in my life when I wasn't like that. So, but hey, it's the here and not the here nor there.
Yeah.
We're here
Oof. Yeah, I mean,
have
to
a good
me,
time.
correct. So, thanks for a killer time.
Oh yeah, this is
That was fun,
awesome.
right? That was so much
Really
fun.
fun. I didn't know we were going to get into. That was really, really
So,
cool.
I'll have to go back and compare notes because now I'm like, shit, what was the other guy? So
I did pretty good, but I started
you did pretty good. But also, the guy who played it first time, he didn't do the best either. Like, so I'll have to go back and let me tally it up, and then I'll do an official
I'm
announcement.
gonna brush up on my scary movies.
Yes,
then.
100%.
So apparently you like, obviously you're into horror.
Correct.
Duh,
Absolutely.
hello.
Absolutely.
That one's killing.
So, with that being said, CJ, I just want to say thank you so much for the chat, the teasers. Lots of teasers dropped.
Yeah,
and
lots of stuff coming up for us in Dryden Pool.
Playing, being the world's okayest at horror film, fact or fiction.
Yeah,
I mean, you're
I'm
decent.
okay.
Not the
I'm
worst.
good.
Not the worst.
Sometimes I cover my eyes and I missed a few things. Could have been.
But with that being said, I just want to end it with one last question for you. What does the rest of 2024 look like for you and also the band? And then what else do we have to look forward to?
We have some time off in August because Ryan's going to do some stuff with Soil again, and then we're putting together September, October tour and filling up November and December. We love doing holiday shows. We love doing charity shows. It seems like a lot of that happens. There's a thing we usually do a lot of years called Toys for Tots that I'm hoping that we do again in December. Yeah, that's how it's filling up, and we're trying to get kind of break into overseas again next year. And in the meantime, we have a new song that should be out here within the next few weeks. I know we keep saying that, but it is. I finally got the final mix.
No, like
so for real.
So a little birdie might have let me listen to a snippet.
Did you hear it?
I did. It is a banger. I'm super excited.
Banging. Thank you so much. It's the closest thing. Like we don't try to write like a Midas Part 2 or any Part 2 of a song. You just write what you feel at the time. And Ryan come back and the energy that we had, it just naturally fell into that. I don't think it sounds like Midas as much as I got a new wah pedal like Sean actually added the studio, so I just put my wah all over it. So it's just like the style. It sounds like old school Dryden Pool and new school Ryan. So thank you.
Yeah.
That's
I'm super excited. So obviously with a new single, that means a new album.
Yeah, so we have several songs in the works, and during August while I'm off, I'm going to finish up a few more tunes and get that recorded with Sean, and then we get Ryan back in to put vocals on top of it. So we got a handful of things we got out now. A few things we want to re-record for next year. It's the 20 years anniversary of the Sensitized record, and we've been playing Love and War and Step Up, and there's a few songs off that record I want to do with Ryan as well, retrack, and then something we haven't done but I want to do, putting out a new verse. We did some stuff with Troops in Poland last year, and we did a 17-song acoustic set, but it was jam and acoustic. So I want to go in the studio, record an acoustic record, and then the 25-year anniversary.
Yeah.
I just gave you all the teasers. That's not
everything.
Teasers. That's just the info.
That is, you guys, I hope you are taking notes and putting these timelines and making sure you're paying attention, because I'm super excited to see, because not that you guys ever went away, but I feel like Drowning Pool is back. Like you said, you guys are independent, self-managing yourself, and you guys are just making shit happen, and that's exciting.
Yeah, making it happen again. I know COVID burned everybody down, but us coming out of it now, we're finally seeing the light. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, thanks so much for being on. That was fun. Everyone, make sure you guys stay up to date with them if you haven't already, because you might be a loser. Follow them on social media, listen to them, and definitely be on the lookout for their new single.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. This is awesome.
Awesome. Until next time, you guys, keep rocking.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Teaser Talk. Head over to teasertalk.com to subscribe so you don't miss out on another episode. Until next week, keep rocking.